Okay, so we are recording. I am seriously so excited, you guys, because me and actually two other ladies are going to share how we've been mass enrolling distributors. And honestly, I'm just like so freaking excited because these girls are freaking amazing and they literally blow me away all the time with their enrollments. I've got my coffee. I'm ready. Heck yeah. I love to hear that. Yes, literally, guys, when I tell you, like, I have been like so excited to interview both of these girls and just find out what the heck they're doing to bring in all these distributors, because honestly, guys, they're both promoting this month. And why do you guys think that is? Because honestly, they're ready to have a team. They have a team in place, and that's how you promote in this business, right? Customers are fantastic. I don't want you guys to ever think like I never want you guys to get customers. Like, I would never ever say that, but obviously I want you guys to make sure that you are enrolling distributors every single day. It's not hard to bring in those distributors, right? So that's why I wanted to have this Zoom and interview these girls, because I just know at the end of the day, like, that is how obviously, like, I went triple. That's how we will go presidential, right? That's how we'll go ambassador, is by helping other women in this business. And I believe, and I bet both of these girls will agree with me, that when obviously they made that decision and they realized, holy crap, I need to enroll distributors to, like, I need to help other people to help myself. Everybody wins. Let's just go do it, right? And they just did the dang thing. So that's also what I want to say is that, you know, like I said, customers should not be like placed on the back burner. They are very important. But at the end of the day, bringing in new distributors is honestly how we've built this team, right? Because at the end of the day, if Lindsay wouldn't have enrolled someone who enrolled someone who enrolled someone who enrolled me, I wouldn't be here right now, right? And you guys wouldn't be here if it weren't for me or another enroller, right? So you guys have to look at that as like, that is such a gift, and you don't ever want to just throw that away. Like, oh yeah, I don't need to enroll distributors. It's fine. Somebody else will get them. Customers are more my jam, because I've been there. I've literally been there where I personally didn't think that like I could enroll distributors. My average was like 5 a month. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm a freaking triple diamond leader. Like, I should not be enrolling 5 distributors every single month, right? Like, how many of you want to enroll like 30, right? You want to enroll literally one every single day. Yes, love the hands. You should. You should and you can. The only thing holding you back is right here, like what's in between your ears. That's what's holding you back. Okay, so just know that at the end of the day, the only reason why you're not enrolling distributors is because A, you're either not putting in the effort to do so, or B, you don't believe that you can. Okay, so it's one of those two things. I'm not sure which one, but we're gonna find out which one it is tonight. Okay, so I'm just gonna basically just call on Tosh first, because I'm seriously so excited to hear her story. Because we're gonna hear both girls' stories, and then we're all gonna share our mass enrolling distributor tips. Okay, so Tosh, can you unmute yourself? You let me know. If not, I'll unmute you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. All right, take it away,
Awesome.
girlie.
Hello, you guys. Okay, so my name is Tasha. I hopefully you can. Okay. So I'm a diamond with It Works. I joined last October, which I just realized is like next month is a year and a half. That literally blows my mind. Like, what the heck? And so I joined under Lindsay, and it was kind of a funny story. Like, I actually was looking to buy the cleanse. And I was like, I'm gonna get skinny, I'm gonna be looking good. And then I texted her cleanse, and she was like, hey, you wanna make an extra income? And I was like, sure. And she actually didn't mean to send me that. She meant to like tell me about the cleanse, but I was about to spend money anyway. So I was like, I might as well just join, right? And I didn't even think about it, you guys. There's like very few things in my life that I just do without thinking about doing it. And this was one of them. And it ended up just being like the most incredible like thing that I could have ever done. So I definitely, when I first started out, it was interesting because just like Haley said, like, it is 100% like in between your ears. Your mind can hold you back from so many things. And I remember when I first joined, I thought getting distributors was going to be absolutely insane. Like, I thought like I was going to be way too busy because I was working as a full-time nurse. So I actually worked night shifts, 12-hour shifts. Actually, when I say 12 hours, I mean like 14-hour shifts, insane nights, and I'd sleep during the day. And I was like, how am I even supposed to get distributors? Like, how can I even text them when I'm sleeping during the day? So if you think you're too busy, you're not. And so I had that mindset straight into being in this business. And so right away, that held me back from getting distributors. And so I was getting customers like pretty frequently. I was getting a lot of customers and I was like, dang, I need distributors. And so then a couple of months in, whatever reason, I was like, I can get distributors. And so then I started signing distributors and I wasn't signing customers. And I remember texting Lindsay, I was like, I cannot get customers. I'm only getting distributors. And she was like, dude, that's awesome. That's good. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like I need customers. And I didn't realize the value of a distributor. And you guys, I know right now, if you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't sign distributors, like you trust me, you can sign distributors and it's all in your head. You have to get that out of your head that you can't sign distributors because you never will if you tell yourself that you can. You never will. And so focusing on, like Haley said, getting 30 distributors every month, like that is a goal. That is a huge goal of mine too, because you can sign 5 distributors all you want, but like the odds that you're going to have 5 workers out of those 5 is really low. Like people, I mean, this is America, like people can be lazy sometimes, let's be real. And people don't really know what they're getting into sometimes when they do it and they realize it's not for them, and that's fine. But you have to find those girls who need this and want this just as badly as you do. So my biggest tip is, when people ask me, what do you do to get distributors? The answer is yes. The answer is I do everything, because you can't just do one thing and then expect for it to like explode and it to work every single time. So when I say that, I mean, I'm getting a post every day for distributors on Instagram, on Facebook. And no matter who I talk to, I always ask every single person I talk to be a distributor. Doesn't matter if it's the 80-year-old grandma or the girl who just turned 18 and literally like the first thing she said to me was, I'm busy. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm going to ask them, because the odds are that people need extra money. Like everybody needs extra money, obviously. And so what I kind of do for myself is I will get up product toast to post. That's like my biggest thing. Like I'm getting at product toast to post. But when I'm sending them the post to message or to post, I'm already thinking I'm about to ask you to be a DT. Like that's like the number one thing I'm thinking. But also, why not get a host post up while you're doing it? So I get the host post up and then I send them a script, which I can probably send to you guys. I use this for everybody. Sorry if I use it for you. And let me see.
Oh my God, girl, don't apologize. That just means it works. Like that just means it works.
Yeah.
If you send it to them and they're on this
Yeah,
Zoom,
that's true. That's true.
I think I really
this.
love, really quick, I'm going to stop you really quick, Tosh.
Yeah.
One thing I really love is that she was very forward about saying why you wanted to get 30 versus why you're comfortable with getting 5. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but like she said, not everybody is going to run with this business, right? For me, it took me even 9 months to join as it was. So I was very grateful that, you know, my enroller kept following up with me and kept like literally putting herself in my inbox, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have joined. But she told me, funny enough, whenever I was a Ruby, she was like, it's crazy. The first 10 girls before you, they all dropped off and did nothing. She goes, but you just happened to be the one that just took off, right? And here I am now 2 years later. So just imagine, what if your 11th person that you enroll is your next triple diamond? Like, you guys really never know. And I think just having that like faith and belief, like Tosh said, is just so good. So you keep going. I just had to put that in there because that was so good.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's so true. And the thing too that I was doing before was I was just sending this out as like, okay, they posted for me, I'm just going to send it out. But I didn't realize that like when you're talking to someone about being a distributor, even in that first text, you need to already know that this person you're talking to is going to be your like gold star distributor, and like know it in your head. And like the second you send that message out, you're looking at their profile, they got cute pics, you're like, dude, this is my girl. Like already know that this is going to be your next rock star. And so like sending that out, just having that mindset, then, you know, maybe they message back and they're like, sure, give me info. Automatically, okay, this is my girl, like let me tell her more. But always focus on like, this is going to be my rock star. One more thing is know what you want out of a distributor, and be that person as well. So if you're constantly saying like, oh my gosh, I want somebody who enrolls 10 to 15 DTs and 30 or 40 LCs every single month, you can't say that if you're not doing that yourself, right? So make sure that you have a list, like literally a list. Lindsay told me to do this, and make a list of your dream distributor. Like, what do you want out of them? What do you like expect from them? How do you want your relationship to be with them? All of these things. And then first focus on being that person yourself with your enroller and with yourself and with God. And then everything's just going to fall into place after that. But definitely don't think that like if you sign a distributor and they quit that you're doing something wrong, because a lot of times it's not you. But if you are signing a ton of people and like none of them are getting their shopping sprees, you kind of have to self-reflect on that too and be like, what can I do better as a leader? How can I help them better? But I hope that helped. Is there anything else, Haley, that I didn't cover?
No, that was so good, honestly, Tosh. I feel like for me, like just watching you grow into even this like mass distributor enroller and mass customer enroller has been really amazing, right? Because I feel like for so long, you and I both have gone through this, and I feel like everybody else has too, where you're just like, oh, it has to be one or the other. You cannot
Mhm.
do both. But that's such a lie that we tell ourselves, because at the end of the day, we can be great at everything, right? Because obviously you're a great full-time nurse and you're a great worker at this business. You know what I mean? Going double diamond this month is huge. And the fact that you can do both just goes to show that you can do both at anything, right? So I feel like just looking at that, guys, because I feel like there's so many girls, like most of the girls on here, obviously I know who you guys are. You guys are so good at mass enrolling customers. Now the question is, if you can get somebody to spend like $120 on products, why not have them spend $100 one time to make a monthly income every single month? Because you guys see us share our weekly bonuses. You guys know that you can make more than $100 a week in this business, right? Insert income disclosure statement here. We know that we can make big money in this business. So why would you keep that from anybody, you know? And like you said, you ask anybody and everybody, and I love
Mhm.
that you do all the things. So you said TikTok, right? Because you post on TikTok too, right?
I forgot to say TikTok, but yes, TikTok as well. And it's funny because I like the past couple months I hadn't been doing Instagram host to post as much. And then like yesterday I was talking to Kaylee and she was like, I sent her mine that I use, and she was like, oh yeah, that's the one that I signed up with. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why am I not doing that? Like freaking Kaylee came out of that. So I need to be doing that literally every freaking day. So just remember that there's no one way to do it. You can do it a million different ways. And you should do all those ways.
Yes, I love that, Tosh. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all of your tips. I love that. And I love that you are just very much like, I have my hands in everything, because I feel the same. So I wanted to share my tips really quick, and then I'm going to let Kaylee share her story and then her tips as well. But I just wanted to say to you guys, how many of you, obviously, like you offer the business to every single person? I want you to drop it too. Like you offer to every person that you talk to. If I opened your phone, dropping a two right now, would you willingly give me your phone and show I offer the business to everybody? And it's crazy that only a few people drop two. So that just goes to show me why you guys aren't enrolling distributors, is because you're not offering it to everybody. As much as that may be like a hard pill to swallow, at the end of the day, you're not offering it to everybody. So anybody that tells me no right off the bat, if they say I'm not interested in your products, no, I don't think I would like it or whatever, I literally say this is all I say. I say, I totally understand. Have you ever thought about doing what I do to make an extra income working from your phone? Guys, I sent another follow-up on Instagram today asking like, hey, I know you've seen my stories. Would you be interested in trying my products or whatever? And this girl, I had sent her four follow-ups. Okay, you following me? Four follow-ups over the last year that we have been talking. And I sent her four follow-ups. One of them she answered to. We had a real conversation, and then she kind of dropped off. And I'm so glad I followed up with her on this, because she said, all she said was, not interested. Like she didn't say anything else. And then I sent her that message and she goes, no, I've never thought about it, but like, no, I've just never thought about it. Like that's how she worded it. She's like, no, I've never thought about it, but no, I've never thought about it. And I was like, okay, I still sent her info. I still sent her info, and we're actually talking. We're talking about the business. So just know at the end of the day, even when people tell you, oh, I'm not interested, like I don't think I would be interested in this, why not at least ask? Because I said that I wasn't interested or that I had never thought about it, but guys, I still signed up. Like, can we just look at that for just a second? I said, I'm not interested. I'm not going to sign up. And I signed up. So that right there just goes to show you that anybody can truly be so amazing at this business. And I just want you guys to realize that giving everybody a chance, right? You never want to leave a stone unturned. And then also you already sent Your message, yes, perfect. Okay, so she sent her a message that she sends after people host a post for her. I use the exact same message. If you scroll up in the chat, Tosh just posted that. I say the exact same thing of the perfect, thank you so much. I've got you entered. Hey, side note, have you ever thought about at all doing this with me? I just creeped your page and I think you'd be amazing with this. Would you be open to some info and we could see if this would be a good fit? I love that message. Highly recommend doing that. Can I get some threes if you do host a post every single day on Facebook? Drop a 3 if you do host a post. You should be asking every single person that hosts a post for you with that message. Easy peasy, right? So simple, guys. You guys are overcomplicating it, right? I recently started sending this message. Hold on one second. I recently started sending this message on my text messaging just to people who are customers. How many of you ask your customers? Can I get a yes or a no in the chat? Yes, me. No, not me. Let me send you a message that I made up. I just made it up the other day and I texted it to Linz and I was like, this is fire. So I'm going to send you guys the message that I made and I'm sending it to all of my customers. Hold on. I'm actually gonna, let me see if it'll let me paste it. It might not let me from computer to phone. It's being really weird. Yeah, it's being weird. Okay, Linz, I'm gonna send it to you. If you just wanna drop it in the chat, I would love you forever. So this is my message that I sent to anybody who was a customer. Just like if they liked the products, or if I don't even remember from like November and I'm like, oh crap, like, did they like the products? They didn't really complain about them. So I'm just going to offer it, right? And I literally love this message. Highly recommend. This is actually how I've signed 2 distributors this month, is from this message, asking my customers who are like about to finish their auto shipment or have already finished. Obviously, like I just realized there were so many girls that were buying my coffee from Instagram that I just never even offered the business to, right? So I'm really, really happy to say that 2 of the girls did sign up from this message. And I'm just really, really grateful that I take time to think about those things of like, holy crap, like a customer, like they might want to be a distributor too, because believe it or not, I was actually a customer. I was a customer for the greens. And then I was a second customer under another distributor for the cleanse. So I was under 2 distributors at one point. And so obviously for me, if they hadn't offered me the business, I don't know where I would be. So I think it's always so good to think outside the box on that one as well. And then the other thing that I was going to say is I want to walk you through really quick, just a conversation. Okay. I have a couple of messages basically that I send people. Okay. Watch this. This is going to be so funny. I feel like you guys aren't going to believe me. So this is all that I say. Okay. This is all that I say to people when they're like, yeah, give me info or I'm interested, right? This is all I say. I say this. I send this whole message. And some of you may be like, holy crap, that's really long. I don't want to use that. This is just my best explanation of how I explain the business, okay? And then these messages, I'm actually gonna text them to Linz. I'm so sorry. I owe her big time after this. But basically, once they say like, yes, I would be interested, or that sounds good, I have this other message that I send right after. And it basically says, I explain what we do. Okay. So I say, okay, so we post, message, and follow new people daily. We work completely off of social media and you work this business in your free time and you're your own boss. So you work whenever you want. And of course, you get paid off of the time that you're actually working, not just scrolling on social media. How many of you like that line? Because how many of you have got girls and they're like, oh yeah, I'm working, but they're scrolling. They're scrolling. You're like, what the crap? Right? So I always say, and the only goals are the ones you make for yourself. I'm only taking a few more ladies who are serious about making an extra income for themselves and changing their life for the better. Is that you? That message, guys, when I tell you I've been using that since the beginning of the year, I'm so glad I took time to just write out that message, because I was like, what would I want to hear? If I was joining the business, what would I want to hear? I would want to hear that I'm like going to be successful if I work my ass off, right? And I'm going to be working off of social media and I'm not going to be alone, right? And at the end of the day, this girl cares about me. She's looking for people that want to change their life. How many of you would join on the spot if I was like, oh, you want to change your life? I can help you. I can help you, right? You would be like, oh my God, sign me up. Sign me up, because this girl wants to change my life. This girl wants to actually help me. That's what a lot of people are looking for. People are looking for help. So I think once you open the door and you say it that way, that's just the best way that you can possibly put it in my eyes. You know what I mean? So, and I think just asking, is that you? How many people do you think tell me, no, that's not me? That's not me. I'm not looking to change my life for the better, girl. Keep moving. Like, no, everyone's like, yes, I want to change my life, right? And I love that. Sell them the vision before and after. Absolutely. So then that's why. So after I explain the pricing, which is on a completely other different script. But I explained the pricing, and you guys can obviously text your enroller because I know within our teams we basically use the same script to explain this pricing. But as soon as they sign up, you guys, and any other questions about tax forms or anything, you can obviously ask your enroller for help. But when they sign up, how many of you get them on the phone? How many of you get them on the phone? Drop a one. Tell me, how many of you actually get your distributors on the phone? Be honest. All of them, all of them, all the distributors that you sign, you get them on the phone, not letting one slip through. That's what I'm saying. So you guys have to have that connection with your distributors off the bat. And Linz knows at the end of the day, I had trouble with this for the longest time because I was scared to get them on the phone. I don't know why, but I was like, oh my God, like, what if I get on the phone and like, I don't know what to say? Like, obviously, I don't know what to say. I mean, like, obviously, I know what to say, but I'm like, I should just have a conversation with this girl. So literally, when I got on the phone, they're 15-minute phone calls, guys. 15-minute calls completely changed the game for the longevity of my distributors, okay? I started this in the beginning of February, and I can tell you that at the beginning of January. And honestly, for the last 2 months, I've just noticed that this has just made the biggest change in my distributors, because not only do they feel like they have a connection with me, but they feel like they have a connection to the team. And they know that we're real people. They didn't just sign up with a girl on Instagram that they don't know. They signed up with Haley Cox, right? Yeah, so I was actually gonna say that, Kayla, such a good question. So in that 15 minutes, in the first 5 minutes, and you guys may think that I'm weird, but I get to know them. I'm like, where are you from? What's your family life like? What's your job? What do you do now? What do you want to do? Right? And I say who I am and what I've done with this business. I tell them everything I've done with this business, and nothing I ever say is a lie. I never feed them lies. Like, I make $40,000 a month. That's a lie. Don't tell people that, right? But I do tell her where I'm going. I make it clear that I'm going debt free this year. I make it clear that I've paid off 4 student loans up until this point. I make it clear that I've been on my own since I was like 18 years old, right? I make it clear that I've done everything on my own. So, but they're not doing any of this on their own. I'm going to be there for them every step of the way to help them be successful if they're willing. And then I ask them if they have any questions. What questions do you have for me, right? Because at the end of it all, I do have them watch Lindsay's first guide video before we get on the phone. That's a game changer, because that right there, when they watch that, they have a lot of their questions answered already. But when they come on the phone with me, they can be like, oh, what's my next step? What do I need to do, right? So I've had them make their dirt list, and they're in the team page and chat, and they've watched Lindsay's, like, I think it's like 15 minutes, right, Lynn? Something like that. It's like it's really short, right? All the videos are not long at all. So you guys should be walking your distributors through those guides, right? So that's basically what I do with my new DTs. I feel like, did you guys feel like that was really simple? Like, can I just get some head nods? That's so simple, right? You guys are overcomplicating it. I have to have this full-on conversation explaining into the depths of everything that we do, and I have to just, like, no, you don't. And don't try to hide the $20 e-suite fee. That was actually a question that I got before this Zoom. And somebody said, do you tell your girls about the $20 e-suite fee? I was like, yeah. Why would I not tell them? Why would I not? You guys get your own website. Can any of you make your own websites on here? Just out of curiosity, can anybody make their own website? Because I can't make a freaking, guys, I can barely make stick figures. How am I supposed to make my own website? Like, they make your own website with your name on it. The products are on it. Your back office, USPS is delivering priority shipping to all of your customers. You got customer service available 7 days a week. That's what $20 a month will get you, less than $1, a sample pack. And you're telling me you're scared to tell them about that? Like, why? Most companies, literally, they have to ship out their products to them, and they got to pay for that. We don't have to do that. Also, I'm telling my girls when they're signing up, girl, you better add some Skinny Brew, because I can tell you right now that the Skinny Brew has changed my life. And literally half of my distributors for the month have already added on Skinny Brew to their order when they're ordering, because they want to get their hands on products. Okay. And if they're like, oh, I don't like coffee, I'm like, no worries, we'll find something else for you. Don't worry. But like, just telling them like, hey, I make videos of my Skinny Brew every morning, and I get customers from that. So I know that if you get it, you're going to get it too. How many of you make your coffee every morning? Drop a 1 in the chat. How many of you make your coffee every day? You like barely miss a day, right? Because you're so freaking consistent. Why would you not want your girls to do the same? Why would you not be upfront? How many of you did it take you a while to realize, like, ooh, I should probably get some products, right? Because nobody told me I should have products until I got my shopping spree. I wasn't told. I had to learn, right? So why would we not teach our girls right away how to be successful? We know that posting the products and being a product of the product equals success. Why would you not tell them that? And it's a very, very simple message. I'm gonna find it actually. While Kaylee's talking, and I'm gonna send it to Lynn so she can put it in here. I literally owe Lynn like $20 after the Zoom, basically, for her services. But I'm gonna definitely unmute Kaylee. Kaylee, I want you to tell your story, and just like actually go into depth with your story, because you're freaking brand new and you're blowing away my chat, and just watching you like have success, mass enroll every day. It just makes my heart soar. So I'm really excited. You unmute yourself, Curly. Let me know if you can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Okay.
Take it away.
Thank y'all. I'm so nervous right now, if y'all can't tell. But my name is Kaylee. I'm trying to go diamond this month. So pretty much, my husband's in the Navy, so I'm married. I'm really young, but I'm married. And so I am going to school to be a nurse. And so that's just like a lot already. And so I was working as a CNA, and so like that's just so many hours. It's rough on your feet and it's just awful. So I actually quit my job. And so now I'm just like trying to like work this as my job. And so I mean, I moved halfway across the country, so I don't really have any family here. So I know like when Natasha, she actually like sold me just on scripts like the whole time. And so I do like, I swear by the scripts because they work. But yeah, so I mean, I don't really have like a long story. I really just like joined impulsively, honestly. So I'm really glad I did though. But yeah, so I mean, that's really it for my story.
No, I love that. I love that you were like, I just jumped right in and was like
I
hoping for
did.
the best. And you joined, what month did you join, babe?
December. Yeah.
That's so crazy that you joined in December, so 3 months ago, and you're already charted and going diamond. Like, how incredible in 90 days. Like, that's so amazing, Kaylee. So tell us what you do basically every month to make sure everyone's like so excited for you right now. Let me know like what you do to make sure that you enroll distributors, because you understand the importance of it even quicker than I did. So definitely like share like your tips on like what you do every day to make sure that you do that.
Okay, so pretty much I have a whole bunch of people from high school like on my Instagram. And so I literally like right when I joined, I sent this message to everyone, like pretty much everyone on my Instagram. And so I literally only cold message for DTs on Instagram. And then I also do host posts on Instagram. I try to more. And then I mean, I can't even think. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That's a great message. It's crazy because I don't even cold message for distributors on Instagram. So like you're blowing my mind that this is how you've been doing this. Because I was like, this girl's got to be doing host to post or something. But that's freaking awesome. So do you only do that, or do you ever offer it to people for host to post too? You said?
Yeah. So people who do host to post for me, like after they put their post up, I send them this, and then just like, oh my goodness, it's not sending on here for some reason.
No, it's okay. Is it the same as Tosh? The one that
Yeah, no, it's not.
I think this one is the same one that's what Tosh puts.
No, I use this one.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, so after they do the host post for me, I send them like automatically after they do that, I send them that. And then I've gotten like a couple from doing that just after they host post for me, because like obviously if they're doing a host post, then they're wanting to have the extra money because they're entering the giveaway. And so I send them that. And then also like I wrote some like people who can't afford like the products at first. If I cold message on Facebook for products, and then if they say that they can't afford it, then I send this. And then I've gotten a few people like potentials just by that. So pretty much I just like cold message people all the time, and voice message too, which I love voice message so that they know you're not a scam. Cause I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh my goodness, it's a scam. Like today, literally I had so many people telling me it's a scam, but like, don't let that get you down just because obviously like you're here and you know it's not a scam. But yeah, and TikTok too. I try to post a lot on my TikTok, and I've gotten a few people from like fill out the application. But yeah, so I haven't gotten any from TikTok, but definitely like a lot of people are watching them. So I try to do that consistently as well. And I mean, that's really all I do. I love messaging people on Instagram and also Facebook groups. Because I'm a Navy wife, I joined like a whole bunch of groups like for our base that has a whole bunch of Navy wives as well. And a lot of them like don't work just because like they're moving all the time. And so I like doing that just because I know that they have the money and they might be interested in doing it because they have a lot of free time. So, and I just join a whole bunch of groups that I would relate to, but that's really all I do. And just like follow up with my distributors all the time, just so they don't feel like they're alone, like they know what they're doing.
I love that. I love that so much. And I love that you take such good care of them, like the moment that you join. And I love that you do Instagram and Facebook coast to post because I do that too. And that's why I was like, oh, to use the same message. So the message that you set above without all the emojis, I made that message. It was like over a year ago. And I literally was so freaking excited about it. I have it saved in my word board. And I remember that when we talked about it and we started showing it to more people on the team, it was like more distributors just kept coming in because I think once you simplify it exactly as like you guys have said already into like, this is all I do, this is so simple, like you can do it too, right? Because so many people are like, you know, I feel like they think they have to be like a model or like a rock star right off the bat, right? And I'm here to tell you that none of us are like, you know, looking like fresh models right now, you know what I mean? Like we're sitting in our pajamas, we're just hanging out a bunch of girls, and that's what you need to show your people, right? And one thing I do want to say, guys, is all of us, every single one of these like people on here, and I feel like you guys would relate to this too. You have to show yourself on your Instagram story, right? Do you guys do that? You do that too, right, Kaylee? Because I see Tosh all the time showing her face, showing her making her coffee, and I think it's so imperative that you do that so that people know, like, hey, this is a normal girl. Like this is the normal girl in her 20s enjoying her life. You know what I mean? Like I love how you were like, I joined these groups so that we have that commonality, right? You have that commonality. So those girls already trust you. They're like, oh my gosh, okay, like I understand you're in the same situation as me, like a wife who's got a lot of free time. You know what I mean? So I think that's so good that you join those Facebook groups. I'm gonna have to join some too because I never thought of that until you literally said in the group the other day, you were like, I'm in a lot of groups. And I was like, really? Like, I did not know that. So I think that's great. And I've even have so many takeaways from this as well. So thank you so much for sharing all of your scripts, Kaylee. And I want each of you, if you can, to drop a follow-up. So your distributors, they don't all sign on the spot, right? They don't sign the second that you talk to them. I mean, at least mine don't. So like, obviously I have to follow up with those people, not saying that, you know, obviously no one will ever sign up on the spot, but it's like, for example, I was one of those examples where like, I was not like Kaylee, like I did not like jump in right away. I waited 9 months to join my distributor. So definitely just drop your like favorite follow-ups in the chat. Anybody can drop them, but I seriously have to tell you that like I love following up with distributors because once you ask them, Samantha, I definitely waited a while. Yeah, once you ask them and you like actually get that like, you know, out in the open, like exactly what Lynn said. I love that one where she was like, have you been thinking about it at all? 99% of the time they're thinking about it. They're just waiting for you to reach out and follow up with them, right? They need that reassurance, right? And if you guys could drop a 1 below, if you guys were from a follow-up or if you didn't join on the spot, because I just want to show like proof, and I'll even drop them too. If you just want to drop them like and let me know like who did not join on the spot, because at the end of the day, I don't want you guys to start messaging these distributors when you get off this Zoom. You take all the scripts that everybody's giving you, right? And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. And then somebody tells you no, or somebody tells you not today, or somebody tells you that you're not interested. And then you're like, you go, right? And you're like not excited anymore, right? Or you think again, I don't think I can sign up, right? Like, no. almost every single one of my girls on my team was a follow-up, okay? So just know at the end of the day, like, even if you don't get people right off the bat, they will join you because they're going to keep watching you. Like Kaylee and Tosh were nodding their heads. They were like, they show themselves on their stories, right? And you guys live post every day, right? Like, guys, when I tell you that we are live posting week in and week out, some of you, if I go to your pages, I don't even know what your face looks like because you're only posting products. So like, why would you expect someone to join you if they don't even know who you are, right? Obviously, if they see you on your stories, that's great. But like, if they don't even know what you look like besides your profile picture, that's not obviously, like somebody I would want to join. Like if I went to somebody's page and I just saw a bunch of products, I'd be like, I don't like this. This looks really spammy. I'm not interested. Yeah, I love that. I love that message, Kaylee. That's a good one too. The second you decide to be better, your boundaries will be tested by people who say no. Just keep going. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you guys all signed a customer, right? You guys all signed a customer for the first time. So why not sign a distributor for the first time? There's not a difference. The only difference is that distributor is going to stick around a lot longer than that customer, and they're going to change their life along the way, right? So I hope you guys actually took all of these scripts and that you run with them, because I know at the end of the day, I would not be where I am today if I wouldn't have taken the inspiration from other girls, because obviously we all share scripts for a reason. It's not like everything's a secret. And as you could hear from every single one of us who spoke, it's very simple, right? Like Kaylee was like, I don't know what else to say because this is all I do. This is it, right? This is it. And you guys, I feel like you overcomplicate it, or you're just scared to start. So if you have that mindset block of you're scared to start, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just send the message and just do it. I fully believe in the 5-second rule and training your brain that it's really not that scary. It's really not that scary. You're just really scaring yourself, right? Because the only fears that we're born with is the fear of falling and fear of the dark, okay? Those are the only 2 fears we have in our entire lives. God didn't place any other fear on your heart, you did. So when I think you realize, like, holy crap, I'm scared of failing, right? Quote unquote failing, or I'm scared of, not hitting this promotion, or I'm scared of all these girls quitting on me, or I'm scared of not being a good leader. All those fears are made up and false. Okay. So I'm here to tell you that every single fear you guys have right now, the first one that's popped into your head when I was just talking, that's made up. Okay. It's not real. You made it up. So why would you not have full faith in yourself? Because I can promise you that every single one of us who have ever had full faith in ourselves, we've done great things. Right? I just had a conversation with one of my girls the other day, and she was like, I'm really scared to put my all in and not get the most out of it. And I was like, well, you're scared because you've never done it. You've never done it. You've never put your all in. And I guarantee when you do, you will get all the things you've been wanting and wishing for and hoping for, right? But you'll never know if you don't actually do it. So you guys actually have to do it, because what's the worst that can happen? You'll be here a year from now. That's the worst. That's the worst, is you will be right here in this spot a year from now. So my question is, are you comfortable where you are? Do you like where you're at? Right? No, probably not. I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. I'm grateful, but I'm not happy, right? I'm not happy with where I am, and I know that I can be better. Does that make sense? You guys can still be grateful for what you have, right? And what God has provided for you, and still want more, because you weren't here to live an average life. None of you were, right? Not Kaylee, not Natasha, not Lindsay, not Allison, not Yaneli, not Alyssa. Like, none of you guys were here to live an average life. So please stop thinking that it's okay that you go about every single month with 1 distributor or 0 distributors or 5 distributors or 8 distributors. I'm calling anybody out right now. You guys should be enrolling 20 to 30 distributors a month. There's no reason why, I can, or Natasha can, or Kaylee can, and you can't. There's no reason, right? Kaylee's been in this for 90 days. So what's your excuse? Like, what's your excuse? These girls are both nurses and completely busy all the time. And some of you are sitting home full time, twiddling your thumbs, saying, oh, poor me. And these girls are out sweating and tired and exhausted, and they come home and they still do the things, right? So please just know that we have this Zoom, and we get real with you guys for a reason, to show you guys that you're worth more. And whether you actually go and listen to what we say and you go and put forth that effort and you actually go and do the things is completely up to you, right? We've given you all the tools to success. You have the scripts. You know what to do. You literally have us at disposal, right? You have your enroller every single day to ask questions and send screenshots to. Has your enroller ever said, please stop bugging me? If they have, drop a 1 so that I can give them a phone call, because that's ridiculous. No one will ever tell you that, okay? We're here to help you. So at the end of the day, just do everything. I swear to God, she literally goes, 1, mine really told me not to screenshot and I'm bugging her. Yeah, I tell me and Lynn tell Tasha all the time, stop bugging us. No, literally guys, just know that at the end of the day, we're all here to help you, right? And we want you to be successful, but you have to want it more than we do. You have to want your success more than we do. And I think that's where a lot of distributors go wrong, is where they think like, oh my gosh, yay, she wants me to be successful. I'll just ride off of that, right? I'll just ride off of that, because those distributors, they'll just come to me. They'll just come to me. I'm not going to ask everybody, but they'll just come from the sky. That's not how that works, right? We got to where we are because we asked. That's all we're doing. And if somebody tells us no, okay, no worries, move on. When I tell the lady no at Victoria's Secret that I don't want their credit card for the 212th time, she doesn't quit her job. She doesn't go out, all right, throw in the towel. All right, I'm clocking out forever. Like, no, she just asked the next person in line with the girl who's got 3 things of bras in her hand, right? And maybe that girl will say yes, but I'm not saying yes, right? You have to find those people that are going to say yes. And just know at the end of the day, don't take a no personal. It just means not right now. Eventually, they will say yes. They'll join your team. They'll try your products and then join your team. They'll post for you and then join your team. How many of you guys have gotten distributors from host to post? Can you drop a 2 below? Have you ever gotten a single distributor from host to post? I'm going to drop a 2, because not only has host to post changed my life for customers, but it's really changed my life for distributors, just asking everyone, right? And I'm going to take Kaylee's advice and start cold messaging on Instagram, because what do I have to lose, right? I've been in this for over 2 years and I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning. So I hope you guys learned something tonight. I hope you guys took something from this. Go back and I'll give you guys like just a few minutes to like grab the scripts if you need. And Tosh, do you have one last tip that you just want to leave for everybody about distributors? Because I know you and I both really struggled with the mass enrolling both customers and distributors. And I know that obviously there's a lot of girls on here that are so great at mass enrolling customers. And maybe they're just needing like that last like hoorah type of moment to actually mass enroll distributors too, right? Knowing that they can do both, because obviously you just started doing both like in the last 2 months and you're blowing me away.
There we go. Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Gosh, you put me on the spot. Let me think. You said just like a tip for DTs.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't freaking know. Definitely everything that I said already, but the thing too is like, again, what I said about like mindset, like you're just never going to be able to get out of your comfort zone, reach the goal that you want. I'll be real, I've never signed 30 distributors in my life, or like in 1 month, you know what I mean? But does that mean that I'm gonna like think this month, oh, I can't hit 30? Like you just have to like constantly tell yourself that you can. I encourage you to like make either like a big piece of paper with like bold letters, like colorful, whatever, and just like number 1 through 30 or whatever your goal is. And, or even like do a countdown thing where you like scratch it off every time you get one, just something that's going to really motivate you to hit those numbers. Because like I said, you can sign DTs all day long, but if you're not having the right mindset, you could sign like 50 DTs and like none of them do anything because you're just signing them to sign them. You know what I mean? So I think focus on like having a team, having like the girls that obviously, like I said, that you want, like just like yourself, you know, like signing girls who are like you is what I'm trying to say. And girls who like, you know, that they need this just as much as you do, and just constantly remind yourself that like, I can do it and I'm going to do it.
Oh, I love that. That was perfect, Tosh. Thank you so much. Honestly, guys, that's what it's about, is just having a good heart and letting that shine through, right? You can just hear when Tosh speaks that she cares so much and she wants to help so many people. And that's what this business is about, is passion and wanting to help others, because that's what we do every single day. So I want everyone to put their number. I'm going to stop the recording. Everybody put their number of how many distributors they're going to enroll this month. And I want you to freaking go after it. Okay.